Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and for today's video I have my Spring 2025 FabFitFun box. So if you saw any of my What Will I Choose videos, you'll know that I am an annual member, so I get to customize a little bit earlier than seasonal members, and I do pay for the express shipping option. So luckily, I got this box in time to make this video and upload it in time for seasonal members to watch it before the customization window closes on Tuesday. So I know it already opened, but you have a few days to go in and make any changes that you want. So as you can see, I am barefaced, and I will be kind of trying on and demoing a lot of these products. So hopefully all these little demos will help you decide what you want to select for your box. And the add-on store did reopen for annual members as well. So you have a second bite at the apple if there's anything you missed out the first time around. And before I forget, I did want to mention that I am wearing the Barefoot Dreams cardigan that was featured as, it used to be Boost Your Box, now I think they're calling it FabFitFun Picks. So it's just a separate tab of the add-on store. I didn't buy it from the FabFitFun add-on store, however. I bought mine from, I want to say it was either like QVC or Nordstrom Rack, one of those. But it was cheaper for me to do that rather than go through the add-on store by about, I think, 20 bucks or something. And there were also different color options. So I think the one in the FabFitFun store was like a beige. And this you can see is like a light gray. I'll stand up for you. And I think it's really flattering. So I like this weight, but it does feel, to move my chair out of the way, it does feel kind of decently substantial, and I think it's pretty flattering. I think this is an extra large, which is my usual size. So really nice option if you just like having something on, but you might get overheated if you have a thicker Barefoot Dreams cardigan or you like the short sleeve option. So yeah, I feel like I'm a Jedi or something when I wear it. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that and wanted to make sure I wore it. Ironically, I think the first ever like What Will I Choose video, I just filmed randomly one night after I'd filmed another video, and I was wearing like a long sleeve Barefoot Dreams cardigan that I have. And I don't know, I just kind of posted it as like a throwaway nothing video, and it ended up doing pretty well, and here we are. So anyway, let's get into my box here. So that is what the design looks like for the spring season, and mine just shipped in this box. It's pretty lightweight. Make sure my shipping label and address and everything. The inside has some color, which is nice. They're really trying to push the whole shopping club angle, which I'm not crazy about, but you know, it is what it is. And then it says spring things on the inside. When my box is just shipped as the box rather than in a larger outer box, I'm usually less inclined to keep it for storage, but we'll see. So standard packing paper, nothing exciting. So I did already go through the box and make sure everything was accounted for. And I think I'm going to go in order from 1 to 6 in terms of the customizations. So I will have timestamps down below if you just want to jump to a particular category. So before we get into that, I'll just quickly mention they had the normal kind of throwaway ads, HelloFresh. Scratch lightly. I guess I will go ahead and do this. Just to confirm, I'm not a winner. You really have to make sure that all the kind of debris is off. Okay, not a winner. Alrighty, so that can go into the recycling. But the other little fun perk here, they did include a mini Dove deodorant. This is the Advanced Care Dry Spray, 72-hour Pro Ceramide technology and cool essentials. This is an aluminum-based deodorant, so not just the packaging, but the active ingredients. So I use traditional deodorants, so I will definitely put this with all of my travel toiletries. I wonder if they did that because they had the Desi bag as an option, or if it was just completely coincidental. But yeah, I will definitely use that. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff here. So the first category I chose the Augustina Spatter, the face cream mask, and this was the Luxe choice where you had to pay an additional $28. So I did that, and this has a $220 value. So I thought I would put this on. So I did my skincare earlier today, but I thought I would go ahead and apply a little bit of this as kind of a priming step. So we'll see how rich it is. So when you open it, it has a little sleeve, I guess. It says the spatula. And as I said, I don't really love how this is not incorporated into the packaging in any way. If you look at some of the Tatcha products that have like an applicator, they slide into the cap. Oops, see, I already dropped it. So it could have been really cool actually if the cap had a magnet or something and this were metal and it just kind of slotted in there. Like the pharmacy packaging, I think is still like that, where the cap has a magnet and then you just have a little metal spatula. I'm much more likely to actually use an applicator like that if it's attached and not just kind of free floating. Okay, so it has another seal. Oh yeah. So it looks like this is a refill type packaging. So I guess you could save some money that way if you wanted to repurchase. Okay, so I'm just gonna try and take what's on this lid here. It's probably like $5 worth of cream. So I did my skincare a few hours ago. It doesn't really have a scent that I can detect. So it actually feels a little bit more kind of silky gel-like as opposed to like a really rich cream texture. It reminds me a bit of the Murad moisturizer that we had a couple boxes ago, which I really enjoyed. So I think if you are a fan of that, you might really like this. Like for me, having dry skin, I think I could easily use this as a day moisturizer without feeling like it's too heavy or anything. But yeah, it feels nice, like whether it's worth as much money as they charge. See, that's kind of the texture there, if you can get a sense. So yeah, really, really lightweight, sinks in pretty quickly. So I was expecting something a little bit heavier, but I think this will work out just fine for me. Before I go into two, because I have the Bobbi Brown cream eyeshadow stick and lip gloss, I'm gonna pause recording, put some foundation and stuff on, and then I'll come back to do my eyes and the lips and everything. So I'll go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Okay, popping on here because things went off the rails a little bit. So I don't know if you can tell, but I started to apply my foundation over this. And actually I noticed it while I was still blending in my Charlotte Tilbury corrector underneath my eyes. And then I'm applying the NARS foundation, the light reflecting foundation, which is, you know, not super dewy. It's a little bit more of a natural finish. And I'm getting some major pilling, which I think you can see on camera there. So I think I kind of need to start over here. So I take back what I said about this being good as a daytime moisturizer. If you plan on wearing makeup, and I don't even know how sunscreen would sit on top of it, I definitely don't recommend it. So unfortunately, that's kind of a mark against this face cream mask. They don't market it as a daytime moisturizer, so there's that, but yeah, I need to remove my makeup and start over. So I'm going to remove what I have, apply just a normal kind of moisturizing layer, and then I'll be back to show you the Bobbi Brown products. All right, so that's better. So I just washed my face and redid my whole skincare, applied foundation, all that stuff. Everything I used will be listed and linked down below. Those are affiliate links, so thank you in advance if you choose to use them and support my channel in a small way at no additional cost to you. I think I also have an affiliate link to FabFitFun, which will get you, I think it's $20 off an annual subscription if you're not already subscribed. So That's just your standard FabFitFun affiliate link. It's not like a partner code or anything like that. So any FabFitFun subscriber could generate it. But anyway, I thank you for any way you choose to support this channel, even if it's just by watching and subscribing. I do appreciate it. Okay, so let's move on. So for customization 2, as I mentioned, I got the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Eyeshadow Stick in Golden Pink and the lip gloss in New Romantic. So this bundle right here has a $67 value. I'm going to go ahead and pop on some of this gloss. And I showed you in my What Will I Choose video that I did have the shade Slow Jam. So there you can see the color difference if you were curious. And I said I really did like the formula, so happy to have another shade. Yeah, and it has a very light pink tint to it. I'm going to have to remove it in a little bit to do the lip liners anyway. But yeah, it's a nice, very wearable, probably a shade that you could just throw on without looking in a mirror or anything like that. So yeah, really, really nice. And then we also have the Longwear Cream Liner Stick, which, as I said before, is not my favorite type of product. Rich chocolate. Oh, did I grab the wrong thing? Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is the Longwear Cream Shadow Stick. I was very confused for a second. Very, I guess, similar packaging, but not identical. Okay, let's make sure we use the right thing. So this is the shade Golden Pink. It's a shimmer. And I don't have anything on my eyelids, no primer or anything like that, no foundation. I just applied some more eye cream a little while ago when I washed my face. So there might be a tiny bit of slip, but it feels like it's mostly kind of sunken in at this point. This, I think, is going to be a very sheer wash of color, and you can see that's what my eyelids look like without anything on them and all their kind of veiny glory. So it is a pretty shade. Let's see how that kind of works in just with a finger. I think a little bit more kind of gold than pink is showing up, at least on my skin tone. So again, as I said before, this just isn't really, I guess, the style of makeup that I like to do or my favorite type of product, but I did want to show it to you guys. And yeah, it looks like you can kind of work it in with a finger pretty easily. It's not going to be fully opaque, but it gives your eyes a little something. It helps to kind of, I guess, camouflage some of the redness. So if you like a no brush eye look, I think a shade like this, where it's just more of a sheer wash, is a little bit easy to work with in this way than maybe a deeper shade. Of course, that's all dependent on your skin tone and everything, but yeah, it just doesn't really do much for me personally. Okay, so let's move on to 3, and for that I have the Color Wow Curl Wow Flowetry Vital Natural Serum. So I opted for this, and part of the reason why I opened my box ahead of time is so that I could take this out and use it after I took a shower today. So I used it after I used the Way Leave-In. So I used that to kind of brush through and detangle, and then I applied a good amount of this. Let me show you kind of the texture. It is a little bit on the thinner side, which I appreciate. I might have used too much. I probably used, I don't know, at least 4 pumps in total. My hair is decently long at this point. You probably saw it as I stood up, but it's definitely past my shoulders. So I don't know that I like it more than like the Aveda curl cream we had. I think it helped control frizz a bit, and I did diffuse my hair with the kind of diffuser attachment on the Air Wrap afterwards, in part because we were going out and I wanted to have dry hair, although it was raining a little bit, like misting kind of, so you know, there might have been some of that involved. But it just seems like I lost a little bit of the curl pattern. I don't know if it's because my actual hair, like individual hair texture is pretty fine. So maybe it was a little bit too much for my hair. In all fairness, they do recommend this for, I think, more curly, coily hair types. So not necessarily meant for wavy hair. So there's that. So knowing what I know now, I probably would have chosen one of the Molten Brown body washes, probably the Cypress and Sea Fennel is what I'm thinking. But again, I think it's a product that will probably work for some people, but as anyone with kind of wavy or curly hair probably knows, like it can just be really difficult to kind of fine tune your routine, and then there's so many variables involved between like your hair texture, how long it was since you washed it last, what other hair products you're using, all of that kind of thing kind of factors in. So again, I don't think it's a bad product. I just don't know that it's going to be kind of my new favorite. Okay, so moving on to customization 4, and this is where we have the lip liners and the nail polish. So let's dig into the lip liners, and I will let those kind of sit and do their thing while I am talking about the nail polish. So this was the Stay and Peel Off lip liners in Pink and Mauve, is what I'm gonna go with, Mauve, for $24 value. So they come in one little pack like this, and I'm gonna have to remove what I have on my lips. I've never used a peel off lip liner like this, so this is gonna be interesting. I might go with the neutral mauve option. I do like that they have kind of color indicators on the bottom, nice logo on the top. So packaging seems nice for what this is. All right, so here goes nothing. So I think I might just kind of fill in my entire lip rather than trying to get a precise lip line. I've seen some people do it this way, so. And I think the idea with this is that although it may look kind of scary, I might actually go with the pink shade now that I'm looking at it. The color that you're left with, I think is supposed to be a little bit more subdued. So just looking at the color on the actual applicator, yeah, I think I'm gonna do this one. So. All right, I think I'm gonna leave it there because I think if I try to do any more, it just starts to kind of peel off. It's a very, very interesting experience and look while you're doing it. So I guess, can I still talk without ruining it too much? Maybe. I guess we'll find out. So let me put a timer. All right, so we'll do 10 minutes. All right, so let's talk about the nail polish while I look ridiculous. So this would be customization 4, and the London Town Galentine's Nail Bundle, $64 value. I'm sure I'm gonna have someone in the comments tell me that I should have stopped filming, but anyway. This is what it looks like, very cute, and I did already break into this as well to get the nail polishes out to do some swatches for you. So we have the shades Candy Floss, which is the lighter pink, and Electric Flamingo. So that is what they look like. One thing I noticed, like after I kind of screwed the caps back on, they're not perfectly aligned with the bottle, which is a little bit annoying. I don't think this is the type that the cap comes off. You know, you have some polishes like Chanel, Butter London, that kind of thing, where the cap comes off, and it's a little bit easier to paint without that cap on. This, I think, is just kind of glued on or whatever. I might have over tightened them a little bit because I'm paranoid. My husband always accuses me of doing that. So, I don't know. I just wanted to mention that. One thing I did really like about the brush is that it's one of those like curved brushes. which I find to be the easiest personally. So I really like that style of brush, in case you were wondering. All right, so let me show you the swatches. I have some other polishes on here as well. And so that's 2 coats of each. Electric Flamingo, I think, is fully opaque. The Candy Floss, I would probably do another coat if it were on my nails, and keep in mind that with a nail wheel, like the nails are perfectly smooth. There's no ridges or anything, or any little imperfections in the nail that could affect how the polish is laid on it. So it is often difficult to get a smoother application with a light pink like that. I think it is a little bit of a like lighter kind of ballet pink than it might look like online. And I looked at the website and it doesn't say anything about it being kind of a sheer polish, which you often see that shade being a sheer. So I think it's meant to be fairly opaque, but it's still a little bit less like of a saturated pink than it looks like on the website. And then you also get the brush and nail file to go with it to create your nail art or whatever. So let's open that. It's in a nice little tube. So you have your dotting tool and a brush. And I have foundation on my fingers, but yeah, fairly standard kind of combination of nail tools there. And the nail file, which is I think a little bit more exciting. So I don't know how much I'll actually use that, but it's very, very cute. So I do like that. And it feels good. I don't have any like exposed nails to file at the moment. It comes with a little kind of velvet protector. So I think if you do enjoy kind of traditional nail polish and you like those colors, then I think it's definitely worth looking at. The box itself is really cute, so I'll probably hold on to this. So hopefully that's helpful to anyone considering it. Let's go on then to customization 5, I believe. So the only thing I got for customization 5 was the Mother exfoliating body bar in Dirty Citrus, which is kind of an unusual thing to name something that's supposed to get you clean. But let's crack into this. So I haven't used this yet, but that is what it looks like. I didn't want to get this all wet and everything in my shower and then try to like put it away because I still have the Soft Services one that I'm working on. It's very faint. It's not very strongly fragranced at all. I don't know if once I use it, it'll kind of release more of the aroma. But if you're kind of turned off by strong scents, I wouldn't worry too much about this one. But like I said, I haven't used it, so I don't know anything about like its efficacy or anything like that. So looking forward to it though. And then going on to customization 6. So we have the Bobbi Brown liner, which I mistakenly picked out before. So this is the Longwear Cream Liner Stick in Rich Chocolate Matte. So let's see, that's what it looks like. Very creamy. I'll just let that hang out and see how it sets down. Might as well do this while the lip liner is working. How I like to do my liner is I'll just trace along the lashes, and then I'll take my little BK 208 brush and kind of smudge the lines. It's a little bit more diffused and smooth. And then I like to take the brush and just kind of run it across the tip of the liner. And then I'll kind of line it up with my lower lash line a little bit out and just drag down, and then put it more at a, I don't know, kind of perpendicular angle and just kind of join everything up. So that actually worked out pretty well. I do like a creamier liner. Usually I go for a sharpenable one, but yeah, so I'm just kind of lightly touching it. I'm not having to drag or anything. Sometimes I just have to go in and make sure they're even. Whew, it scared me, all right. All right, so since we have a little bit more time to play with, it said 10 to 15 minutes. Usually once I get mascara on, any little gaps or whatever are kind of covered. Sometimes that kind of hollow space, you just have to kind of go back in. So yeah, so I'm actually kind of impressed with this. I didn't think I would be, so good for Bobbi Brown. I'm suspecting that this end, yeah. So it does have a little plastic sharpener in the cap, so you can kind of put a finer point on it. So you might prefer that. Yeah, that is a bit of a surprise. Okay, so this is starting to, I think, pull apart anyway, so, sorry, I don't want to gross anyone out, but I feel like I belong in an episode of True Blood or something. All right, so you can see where there's like some areas of my lips that were not kind of fully exfoliated. I was taking a little bit more to kind of get that off. So I'm kind of using my nail to scrape it. Still not a great look. All right, I'm going to see what happens if I just grabbed some Aquaphor. So let's see what happens if I use that to try and remove the excess. Yeah, I definitely think you want to exfoliate. I might have to do that actually, which will probably take off some of the stain as well. This is not going to be a good video for anyone with skin phobias. I mean, they do market it as a lip liner, so maybe the idea is you wouldn't have that kind of crusty bit. I don't think that looks that great. All right, let's put some of this lip oil on, see how much that helps. I don't think these two look that good together. I think over that liner, it just looks like really milky. And of course, I just irritated my lips, so that doesn't help. I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna put this other shade back on. That's better. Yeah, I guess I would only recommend applying it all over like that if you already have lips that are in really good condition. Otherwise, you probably want to maybe use it as directed. Let's throw some mascara on. Okie dokie. Got one little speck that I got on my eyelid. The problem with not having much on the eyelid is that any little mistakes or whatever are a little bit more apparent. All right, so let's get this back on the rails. So before I move on to the other two items, now that this has a chance to set, just want to see what happens. Okay, I say that sets down pretty well. Like a little bit kind of moves if you really scrub at it, but I think for the most part it sets. All right, so that's good news. Let's move on to the two kind of more home lifestyle items. So I have the Trina Turk picture frame, and I think it's pretty well packaged. I didn't take this out yet to see if it was okay. So don't make me a liar, Trina Turk. Okay, so that looks nice. Oops, something just fell. Cardboard, I think. Yeah, really pretty. Shiny gold. Has a matte. I think they said this was 5 by 7. All right, so the exposed area is, I guess it's meant to fit a 4 by 6. So there's a little bit of overlap. And then I think you might still need a matte if you want to do a 5 by 7. There are websites that will do custom mats, so you can put in the exact dimensions that you want a mat cut to. So if you wanted to expand the size or whatever, you might be able to do, it's about 6 by 8, just the frame. So yeah, 5 by 7 with a small mat, or if you trimmed an 8 by 10 maybe. But yeah, I think the intention is 4 by 6 with the mat. So that's a nice frame. And then finally, the Rifle Paper Company journal, which looks very nice, with a pen. Make sure I don't cut the elastic. All right, so you have a nice kind of textured paper with the elastic ribbon, and yeah, very pretty on the inside. Has a pen that I think you twist. Yeah, let me just see how this writes. Yeah, I think it's just a kind of standard ballpoint. There's a little elastic loop for it. So it's pretty to have the flowers at the top of every page. Like, it does, I think, waste a little bit of space if you care about that. And then I think towards the back here, you just have like a pocket. So this is basically like the Rifle Paper Company version of a Moleskine notebook, if you've ever used one of those, plus the pen loop with the pen. So I think it's nice, pretty design, good quality, no complaints. And then the last thing here, I didn't go too crazy in the add-on store. I just got 3 little sets of these Deco Beauty nail decals. So there's Lily Pond, which I thought was cute. This one is Be Mine. So lots of Valentine's Day. And then finally, Zodiac. So anyway, I thought these would just be kind of fun and cute to play with. So that is it for my FabFitFun box. Again, hope you guys found this video helpful. Let me know what you already selected for your box, or if you are customizing currently, let me know what you're thinking about. So stay tuned for my summer 2025. What will I choose? Should come up in a couple of months here. But in the meantime, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my other content. And until next time, I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.